Hi, beautiful people. So, welcome back to Exotical Insights. So, as y'all can see, the name of the title, just stay with me, why the sisterhood isn't real. I think a lot of people kind of know that already, but then it's also a lot of people who will literally gaslight you about this. So, I just came on here today because I just wanted to say a few things about, why I feel the sisterhood isn't real. And excuse if you hear anything in the background, it is laundry. So, anyways, okay, so number one, women are disingenuous to other women. And we know this in a lot of ways, and I'll probably make another video on that. Definitely, I can definitely expound upon that. But anyways, women are very disingenuous to other women. They don't tell other women the real truth. For a good example is like there are a lot of women who make channels that bash men, hate men, decenter men, and then they turn around, they're married with kids and they go home to their husbands and stuff. So just keep that in mind. Now, I don't think every single woman who has a channel or who tells you something or points out something negative about a man is automatically like trying to steer you wrong on purpose. Like she could still be trying to help you. So please have discernment and please be reasonable. But ultimately, like a lot of women, they will tell you to be single, but then they won't do it themselves. So anyways, this next part, the sisterhood in quotation marks, is not real, will hype you up to be all the bad things. So they will hype you up to be obese. They will hype you up to, not live out your full potential, anything. They will pull you down. It's the craps in the bucket kind of thing. But just speaking on the obesity part, like for example, is a lot of women who are obese and they see younger women going down that path and they won't tell them not to. I don't know if it's because they'll feel like a hypocrite if they tell you not to do what it is that they are, or if they just truly just want you to be miserable. Like I'm kind of leaning towards the latter, but anyways, excuse me. Anyways, nonetheless, yeah, they will hype you up to be obese. Obese people, I haven't heard them. I've heard a lot of things. I've heard them say a lot of things, but I've never heard them say anything really positive about being obese. They always have negatives and they have demands and things that they want, but I've never heard anybody just sit down and say anything positive about it. And they're not honest. They know that like a lot of times they can't find clothes. It hurts their self-esteem. They're triggered when they see in shape people, things of that nature, and they're unhappy. I mean, and they are in a lot of pain and, things of that nature. So, anyways, so for somebody to live in a body like that and then encourage you to do so, that, if I was going to tell you to do anything, I would tell you to do better. That's all I'm going to say. So, anyways, next reason, they only support you when you're agreeing with them, and they call you a pick me if you want a man. Like, now I agree with decentering men in the sense that you shouldn't make that your end all be all. You shouldn't make that your personality trait. You shouldn't make it, oh, if I don't have a man, then I'm just nothing in life. Like, I agree in that way. But if you're a heterosexual woman and you want to have a family, you want to have kids, be married, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, and there is a difference. There's a difference from you, like, just, living and dying on whether you have a man or not, and living your life but still wanting to have companionship as well. So yeah, I will say that's another reason. It's like they're so quick to like call you a pick me, and like you really only have to fully agree with them and do everything them as in a sisterhood that they say, otherwise they don't like you. And it's like you'll agree with them like for, I don't know, let's say X amount of months, and then you disagree one time, game over, they don't like you no more. So they are very passive aggressive, in competition with you. A lot of times they need numbers. They're very cowardly. It's like even in situations that we heard about, like for example, rest in peace, Miss Shanquella Robinson. Like they needed numbers to do that. I'm sure whoever was involved wouldn't do that one on one. Like just terrible things. So yeah. Also, kind of to add on to a previous point, they lie so much. The sisterhood caps about not wanting male validation. And this is crazy. It's so much so to the point that I know for a fact that they want male validation, that they bully the women who the men give attention to. So it's like they want male validation so much to the point that they pay attention to everything about the men, including the women that the men like, and then they go bully them. So it's like, y'all got to stop capping. Babies are still being made. relations are still being had, and y'all are being mean to even the women who the men give attention to. So please stop the cap. Okay? That's another reason why the sisterhood is just not real, you guys. You ladies. Well, everybody. So just to kind of add in to a point I made earlier about women not telling each other the truth. Okay, so I was working at a place where there were a lot of women. There were women who you know, it was just a lot of women around. There was one in particular, she was relatively older for being a virgin. She was in her 30s, I believe, at the time. And I was in my like early 20s, I'm not sure. But anyways, so she was going around asking everybody if she should lose her virginity to a guy, which I also think like you shouldn't. Why are you asking everybody? But anywho, why are you putting all your business out there at work like this? Like, anywho. But anyways, and yeah, so let me tell y'all how this situation turned out. So everyone had their opinions on it. But anyway, so these were a group of women who, by their words, were very loose, and they had a lot of things going on, all this, that, and the third with a lot of men. These are by their words, based on the stories that they came and told about themselves. This is not me saying what I think. This is just summarizing what they spoke on about themselves. So they encouraged her nonetheless to just go do it, go lose your virginity, blah blah blah. And she asked me out, and for the life of me I couldn't figure out why they told her to do that, because I just remember hearing them talk about, like, how bad it turned out to be, and how, bad experiences with men and this, that, and the third. So I'm like, why would you encourage another person to go out and just have, relations with somebody that they don't even know very well? Because another thing, she didn't know the guy very well. She had just met him, and the guy was not really showing her any interest at all. Like, I mean, just, you could tell, and how the situation ended up, which I'm not going to tell. But, it ended bad, but you could tell, I mean, he didn't value her, like, at all. So, anyways, nonetheless, she moved forward, and of course, like I told y'all, the situation ended up bad, but that was really, like, back in my early 20s, and that's when my first time really working in an environment with a lot of women, and that's when I just kind of realized, like, women really will tell you to do some stuff that they know is gonna hurt you. Like, I was the only one who told her. I was like, oh no, I don't think that you should do that, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really seem like this guy is showing you genuine interest, and you've waited this long. So it's like, why not just wait until somebody showed you interest? Because if it was something that you didn't value, you probably would have, left, gave it by now, or, you would have met somebody by now. It's just not your time. Don't rush it. I said it was like 30 years, or however old she was. What's another, 6 months or a year? I don't know, whatever. And then I was like, plus the simple fact that you are asking everybody their opinion just shows me that you are not even, like, confident in what you want to do. So don't do it. But yeah, but that's like a little mini story time. That's when I realized women really would just, like, steer you wrong and not even care. But yeah, anyway, so anywho, these are my my little bullet points, I guess you could say, about why I feel the sisterhood isn't real. Well, not feel that the sisterhood isn't real, y'all. It's not real, okay? It's just not. Sorry about that. Oops. Yeah, but it's not. So, yeah, if you're being called a pick me, you're probably doing something right at this point. And yeah, don't be rude. Don't be nasty to people. Level up. Don't be that type. But yeah, anywho, thank you for coming to my channel. This is Exotical Insights, and I will talk to you later, beautiful people.